All right, I got 7 o'clock.
Is it really already?
Yep.
Flag is over here. We'll call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock. Start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Welcome, crowd. Roll call.
Mark Foltz.
Here.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
Francis Griffith.
Here.
Veronica Howard here. Troy Parmalee.
Here. Oh, that was last month.
Strike,
And there's gonna be one next month.
strike I-69, everybody. Okay, the agenda as presented.
But you can leave it on there, because it's gonna be on, we're gonna do one next month.
This is November 5th. So the agenda, you have the agenda before you, other than the one
Motion to
change.
approve the
Mark,
agenda. Second.
Butch, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You should have your October 1st meeting there somewhere. You had them.
Motion to approve the October 1st minutes.
Troy's approving, okay.
I'll second.
Mark Butch will second it, all in favor?
Aye.
Public comment session number 1, going once, going twice, okay, thank you. Troy Sheriff report for last
All
week.
right, looks like last month there were 119 calls for service, of which then 16 were traffic stops.
And 23 were BOLs.
There were 15 car deers.
Bolos.
Okay, and 15 car and deer, which, you know, is great for the repair shops, bad for the customer though. Thanks, Troy. It's Mark Cisa.
We finally received our audit, which, we also received word that the appropriation was included in the budget on Brian McGold's appropriations for 2 fully equipped ambulances. And we also, at the same time, ordered a 3rd new ambulance that will be here much quicker than those 2.
Oh, how
Because
come?
we're putting so many miles on the hospital ambulance that,
Just so we have another spare.
we're still borrowing ambulances right now because we're ending up many days with 4 on the road and we've got too many that we have
And
to
2 in the
use.
and 2 in the shop, and we only have 5, so there's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Well, if we need to put 4 on the road, and there's 2 in the shop, and we only have 5, we're at -1.
You're -1. What's the grant for, Mark?
Yeah, 2 ambulances.
Two ambulances.
Fully stocked.
How much money?
1.2?
1.2 million.
1.2 million. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was, and they're class 1s, which means they're
Type
pickup
ones, yeah.
fronts.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're top of the line.
That's ideal. Okay.
All the equipment and everything for them.
Great. Okay. Anything else more
No.
on that, Cecil? DDA, we meet in January. We did have a groundbreaking on the asphalt plant. Beth and I attended on Thursday night at 5 o'clock, and the wind was blowing and it was quite cold, but we had some other honored guests. The mayor of Perry was there, the railroad contact person was there, and then some of our commissioners were there, 2 of our commissioners were there, so it was well attended. I would say pushing 25 or
Oh, yeah.
28 people,
Yeah, I'd say
something
about
like
30
that.
people.
Zoning, we're going to talk more about zoning later, but we did have one building permit issued on Thornapple, and basically replacing a small deck. And that was it that we received, probably the last one we received, that was on Thornapple, the dead end road on Thornapple there. Okay. No commissioner right now, so we'll pass that. Mark, the library.
Really, the only thing that was of real importance is that the Morris Branch now has a new furnace and including central air, and the village is also looking at updating the bathroom.
Oh, good.
That building's been through a lot, but it's so tiny, yet it's one of the most active libraries in the system.
Yeah, good,
So,
okay. Are you saying to make it ADA approved or what?
I don't know if they can, it's so tight in there. You ever been in there?
Probably take a quarter of the building to do that.
It'd be nice someday if somehow they come up with the money.
Sure, okay, well,
To
that's
build
good.
a new one there, but,
That's good news, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay. And then Troy on our I-69 trade corridor?
Yeah, the meeting probably won't be till next month.
In December, okay. Back to Mark, SCDP.
SCDP, we got our audit there. We had a presentation by Resource Development Group, which is the company that we hire every 5 years to help us plan our marketing for the next 5 years and to see how we're doing with what we planned 5 years ago. The last one we did, of course, was during COVID, so much of that was done via the Zoom type situation and really wasn't as extensive as we normally would have. But we did approve that contract.
Okay.
And open house in the offices on the 6th of December. It's kind of a Christmas thing, everybody's invited.
What day is that? Mark?
Of the week,
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
What date?
It's the 6th.
the 6th,
Sounds like a Wednesday to me.
December 6th.
No, is that, the 3rd's a Wednesday, so the 6th is
December
December
6th
3rd.
is a Saturday.
Saturday.
Is it Saturday?
Really?
I'm just wondering,
The
okay,
6th is a Saturday.
okay, we'll double check that, okay.
Might want to check on that, huh?
We'll double check that
Well,
for a minute.
the 4th was a Saturday 2 years ago. That's why I'm wondering if that's true, because
Saturday is the 6th. Hmm.
Well, your next
Whatever.
meeting's on the 3rd, I know that much.
The 3rd is our meeting, right?
It's not a huge
Tuesday
thing.
the 3rd,
Okay.
yeah, that's right. Okay, well, okay, but they're having a.
Yeah, it's
Christmas-
not-
They're having a Christmas party. I'm
You're right,
sure we'll
6th.
get an email.
6th is a Saturday, so you're correct.
All right, well, okay, thank
But
you.
that's, and then Land Bank,
Oh, yeah,
Brent at SNDP is out on a medical leave for a couple months.
our Brent?
Yeah, I don't know why, and
Oh, okay,
he's being kind of private about it, and that's fine.
okay.
So we've got a different gal that used to work for the State Land Bank, Emily, and I don't remember her last name.
Okay.
That's kind of taken his place for a couple months while he's out. And so things are progressing with projects. And like I talked about the planning commission last night, we got more money back that another community didn't use because we've been told that we're one of the land banks in the state that they're really watching because we're doing things.
They like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when they grant money out, they want to see you spend it. They don't want to see you just sit on it. And they're happy with the projects we've done and accomplished and so forth, so.
I'm talking to Justin about our railroad behind the asphalt plant, that some of that grant money may be used for that specific cause. And that the railroad was very excited because they have things coming from Chicago and materials and things, and that's going to be an ideal location for like Durand and our area. So anyway, it
And then-
sounded like it was very favorable.
And then the blight money was taken out of the state budget this year.
Oh,
So the blight money that we've had the last couple of years for projects is not going to be available unless the federal government throws some in, and the last 2 rounds of blight money was federal money.
oh, was it?
But who knows? And so there's other things the land bank can do, quiet titles and many other things. And so we're developing a marketing plan on that right now. And then we're probably going to hold some educational sessions for the banking people, the builders, the local governments, so people are aware of what's available. So. Plus, we're supposedly still getting that CBG money,
That what?
CBG money, block grant money,
Oh,
that will, that we'll use part of for helping people that need a furnace or a roof or something like that, that can't afford to do it, so. That's another project that we're hoping to get, as soon as we get the definitive approval. We have been told that we've been approved for it, but until we see the money hit our account, we kind of hate to say we are, so. So that's that.
You want to speak a little bit about the planning commission? You met.
No, I don't think there's, I mean, we met last night and we approved the zoning ordinance at a public hearing. That we did have a couple public people there.
And then we met at a regular meeting 2 weeks before that.
Right, we did have a regular meeting and that, the big thing on that one is on the agenda, so.
Okay.
I think there isn't much to say about the planning commission until we get to the agenda items.
Thank you, Mark. Okay. Moving on, Troy, financial report and pay the bills.
All right, got your bills list in front of you. We had 5 weeks between board meetings this month, so a little longer. A couple highlights, we had some very large bills for the rest of the road work that we had done this year. All came in, I think overall everything was about 5,000 under what we had figured, so everything came in good there. We did have remember last month we approved the BSNA proposal for the community development software, so that actually came in, the proposed price lower, it came in at $19,915. We had to pay half down, so you see that on the list there. And I think once we're fully implemented, that'll be a little less, because of that, 6,000 of that is training. And, it's $1,200 a day kind of thing, and I don't think we're gonna need as many days as they have, and plus we're much closer than a lot, I mean, they estimate that because they bill for time and travel and all that, but we're not far away. So anyway, my gut tells me that's gonna actually come in more like 17,000, 18,000. And they think they can get to us by April next year instead of, August.
Yeah, well, good.
Moving, just cruising along. Beyond that, on the income side, you'll see we did get our 4th check of the fiscal year for revenue sharing.
Is that in line?
Yeah, no, for the budget, we're sitting at, 69.3%, we should be at 66%, so, we're good. And there was a transfer from the road fund that, if you recall, we had budgeted to move some, and there's still a little money from the ARPA fund that needs to come into the general fund for that road work too. But other than that, that's the bills.
All right, Troy, excellent, very good.
Pay the bills.
Mark makes a motion to pay the bills, seconded by Butch, and Veronica, roll call, vote please.
Veronica Howard, yes. Troy Parmalee?
Yes.
Mark Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffin?
Yes.
Veronica, do we have any correspondence this month?
We just had our monthly SCOA. We got a letter from Township just going over their updated cemetery pricing, so that if we had anybody contact us for any information, that we can refer to it if we need to. We received a letter from the Morris DDA about their informational meeting from October 22nd about their...
Is that like the
I
big
lost-
building maybe, or? no?
Yeah.
No.
but-
They're informational meeting, just like you have.
Yeah,
Just like all DDAs have to have 2 informational meetings a year that explain to the public what they've been doing with their money. And
That was it.
So that was the announcement, that it was going to be made.
I see.
Go to that meeting if you wanted to, which was last month.
Yeah. No.
It was pretty quiet.
We also got an email from Morris the other day. They're out their 150-year-old
Yes.
celebration.
Next year.
Yes.
You did
Yes.
not get
I
it?
got it, yeah. I was
Did
gonna
they
print
send
but
it to
it's
you?
next
They
year.
just sent it to you and I?
You and me.
I thought they sent it to
Probably Kelly got it, but anyway.
I didn't get one.
No, I thought it was the three of us. Anyway, so, you know, they're gonna want us, they want us to do something if we can. I mean, obviously, this is a year out,
It's
so.
a year out, it's their
I
anniversary.
think they'd like to know if you're interested for budgeting purposes as well.
Sure, well, sure.
And it's going to be the same day that St. Mary's has their annual festival. I mean, on purpose, it's the same.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Anybody else? All right, any announcements, other comments or announcements, any announcements? I guess one thing I should say as far as communication is we did notify the Shiawassee County Board of Commissioners that the Perry Township here is in the process of adopting our own zoning ordinance. And after the adoption, we will no longer need the planning and zoning services that have been provided to us by the Shiawassee County for many years. We plan to have our own zoning in place by 1/1 of 26, that's January of 2026. To that end, we ask the county to take no action on any rezoning requests that affect our township from now through the end of this year, 2025. Or at a minimum, to take no action that differ from our former recommendation that we have made, the planning commission has made, or the township has made. Thank you, and we did copy the officials. It was well received, and I believe that Troy and I both had messages back from the county, from the community development director, wishing us well, and so thank you. All right, anything else? Nope. So that's that. All right, unfinished business, planning commission updates, which is apropos. Troy?
It's not me, it's
Beth, we have our planning chairman here, Beth Hendricks, and we, meaning Beth and I, and made a trip to Frankenmuth to attend a 2-day training and seminar, informational seminar on planning and zoning. Okay, Beth?
I don't have a whole lot to add, except that we did send letters to several firms that do zoning administration, zoning enforcement, building and trades, permits and inspections, and asked that they present proposals to the Planning Commission by the 20th of November, which is our next meeting. And we've gotten a lot of response. I mean, I haven't seen any numbers yet, but I mean, people calling with questions and getting some more information, that kind of thing. So hopefully we can have something to recommend to you sometime in December as to which route we should take. We also met, I noticed in your minutes you mentioned that we had met with Nate Lott down in Locke Township to talk to the supervisor there about how they handle their zoning and zoning enforcement. And we also met with Amy Bullock, Mark and Butch and I did. She's the supervisor at Caledonia Township, and got some input from her. And then Mark and I talked on the phone with Sue Bannister, who is the clerk over at Venice Township, and talked about the problems that they've had as they've taken over their own zoning. So, but we've avoided a lot of the pitfalls that happened to them, because they basically withdrew from the county without a master plan and without any zoning ordinance. So they had 30 days to really put things in place. I don't even want to think about it. So we've been touching base with everybody. We've been a lot of correspondence this month.
Plus, Beth called a special meeting for last night at 7
Right.
o'clock. You want to go through that real briefly?
Well, the purpose of which was our public hearing on the zoning ordinance, because the law requires that the Planning Commission hold a public hearing on adoption of a zoning ordinance or a zoning amendment. And so we did that, and then we reported that to the board here. They too have to have a public hearing. And you have to give at least 15 days notice to all the neighboring communities and the utilities. So I assume the board will take action on that tonight.
Did you find any information out about the trade inspections?
Not a great deal,
Okay.
but I have asked all of the people who are quoting us with that kind of thing to get as much information as can. Are you talking about the issue about administering What I saw, okay, I talked yesterday to Bert Gale, who works for AGS, which is one of the firms that does zoning and zoning enforcement. And he told me that the township had to be licensed by the state to issue building permits. I can't find where that's the case. So I've got to do some more research. The little bit I saw today online basically said that you had to have a person who was,
It has to be a
Licensed
licensed
and
building
trained.
inspector.
right, yeah, exactly.
And
So I
we
assume,
have to adopt as an ordinance effectively the building code.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly, we have to do that. And also online, in terms of building permits, they actually have a fillable form that's a state form.
Well,
So,
the state provides building inspection services to some jurisdictions.
yes, and they also have a list of fees that they charge for different things. That's what I happen to see basically dealt with residential.
Well, but if you were in a jurisdiction that didn't, have a county building department, didn't have a local building department, the state would do it.
Yes,
You know.
so I don't know if that's probably what those forms are for, I assume.
The state's doing part of the counties, because the county hasn't been able to.
Find an inspector, I think it's
Yes,
inspections, right?
somebody, ultimately, somebody inspects.
Right,
And
right.
it will be the state if no one else
If nobody, if
does.
you can't find another inspector, that's who it is,
I'm
yes.
sure they don't want to do it, but they'll do it.
Well, they charge.
The state, they charge for it.
They charge for it.
Oh, yeah,
They're just very, very slow at getting.
yeah.
Right, very slow at getting to it.
It might be something we could reach out to MTA too and ask.
Yes, that's a good idea.
So-
And then, one other thing that Beth and the planning commission did over the last couple months, 3 months, was this Perry Township zoning ordinance has been compiled primarily with Beth's input, relentless amount of time and effort and research, trying to make sure that everything was in order and anything that needed to be modified was modified, and she did an excellent job, and it's now in our township attorney's hands. He's about 3/4 of the way through it, so we'll have his determination, but he's very happy with it, and he's kind of comparing this one with Owasso Charter Township, because he knows that one very well, and he says we're right on track, so we're happy about that. Okay.
Should mention one other thing. We also sent notice to all the neighboring communities that we are amending our master plan to change a little bit of the language to indicate that we're doing our own zoning. And they have 42 days to respond. And then we need to set a public hearing on adopting the amendments. And under state law, if the planning commission adopts the amendments, the township board does not have to unless the township board wants to hold a public hearing. So when we last did our whole master plan back in 2023, the township board did not want to have its own public hearing. So I've been kind of assuming that that is the case this time, that you don't want to have a public hearing
I
after
see
us.
no reason for
I
it.
mean, they're really just very simple little language changes, a couple, 3
No,
paragraphs.
the
couple
board has
sentences.
the right to assume the final
Right.
authority if it wants. Otherwise, it just belongs to the plan.
So if, once we have the public hearing, and if there's anything else we need to change, we can do that, then we would have the master plan updated so that it has the right language in there indicating we're doing our own zoning.
Okay.
Any questions? Do
Okay.
you want us to clarify that in the form of a motion or not?
I don't, probably it wouldn't be a bad idea.
All right, I will
Beyond
make a
that.
motion that we, that the board not adopt authority to adopt the master plan and allow the planning commission to hold a public hearing in the final adoption.
Final approval.
Does that make sense, Veronica?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go over it.
I'll second it.
Mark?
Veronica seconded.
Oh, Veronica.
She was faster this time.
This is my
She gets to write it down,
This is
so
my
she
good
gets to
hair.
decide.
Veronica. All right. All in favor?
No, yeah, no, that's
Aye.
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 You know, the other thing that the township board's gonna have to do is we're gonna have to appoint a zoning board of appeals.
Yes, thank you.
And
That was supposed to
it
be
can
mine.
be as little as 3 members, one of which has to be a planning commission member.
Okay.
So, we need to keep that in mind of who we might,
We need to find some warm bodies.
and we wanna have somebody that's
Gonna spend some time, this is
not an
complicated
axe
stuff.
grinder, you know?
Well, maybe somebody that doesn't work full-time, is able
Well-
to spend time.
Maybe, but I'm more concerned about their knowledge.
Somebody that's, we want to be careful about somebody who's had a bad experience
Oh, that's-
Right.
and wants to burn it down.
Has an axe, has an axe to
Has an
grind.
axe to grind.
Right, we don't want that, we want somebody who can be fair,
Well, sure.
but
I
somebody will take
actually
the
had a
time.
gentleman that we did a land division for, a week or so ago that, I told him we were in the process of doing, he had a horrible experience at the county type
Oh,
thing.
sure.
And he might be interested. And I told him, we would be having to do a zoning board of appeals, because he had to get a variance too, and so he had been familiar with it. So he was gonna think about it.
Okay. Just
But
so-
I mean, I think we have some planning commission members that, we need to cycle some new people in the planning commission as well.
Sure. Okay, anything else on the update?
No, not for me.
Okay, all right. Board reviews coming up December 9th at 9:30 here at the hall. It's just, no hearings, it's just open for review or clerical or qualified errors, and that will be December 9th. Drains at large, Troy, we had a bill from the drain office on that somewhere. I've got it here. And so,
Did you guys get a copy of this or not?
I did not.
okay, pass that down then, okay. It's a little higher than last year.
It's well within normal. Anyway, it's the drains at large. We pay it every year. It's the
Every
portion we pay at large, which ours is the left column. The specials are what gets assessed to the property.
To the property owner, so it's the one on the left.
No, actually, it's fairly low
Okay.
from the start.
Motion to approve paying the drains at large bill.
Mark, motion, okay.
I'll second it.
Troy, second. Roll call vote.
Francis Griffith,
Yes.
Veronica Howard, yes. Troy Parmalee,
Yes.
Mark Folks,
Yes,
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
okay. Now, last month in October, this is November. Last month in October, the planning commission met and they made a recommendation on a property on M52 and it was near some,
M52 and Winter
near,
Road.
near Whittaker Road, and of course there's some storage units and then there's some vacant land there and there was some issues with it. I think the result of the meeting that the planning commission, maybe you could speak to it, Mark, but basically
Well, basically, he was
denied it.
upset because it got changed all to the business designation, all 20 acres,
Okay.
when only 5 is the storage units.
Yeah.
And so the schools is
tax,
taxed, and that's,
yeah.
that's what it came to. A call was made to Troy, or a text, and he said there was a way to accommodate that without it going through the planning commission, really.
Well, I mean,
And he was
he's,
satisfied with it.
he's,
It was
it's
Confused.
confusing, right?
Yeah, it is.
People see classification on their tax bill and they think there's a different tax rate when your class is changed, and there isn't. Millages are millages, taxable value is taxable value. The only thing that can change is your exemption for like a principal residence exemption or a qualified ag, and he would be eligible for a percentage qualified ag on that based on the value. The assessor and I estimated it's probably, 22, 23%.
Okay.
Because it's not acreage, it's value. But it would be some, and I don't know, there's a form he can fill out for next year on that. Nonetheless, is this one that we got an email back, did the county say they weren't gonna deal with this?
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
he-
we don't need to take any action.
No.
He's fine with that, and I talked to him.
Yeah, I don't think he was necessarily gonna pursue
No,
the
he's gonna
rezoning.
deal with it next year.
He was
after
gonna,
we do
he was
it.
gonna apply for the qualified ag, is what he was gonna
Exactly.
do.
That's what
I
he told me.
believe so, from.
But the
based on-
the county's gonna just not hand.
No, they're not
Correct.
gonna handle it,
Correct.
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
both that
They
and the
actually
pivot
called him and
energy.
told him, he talked to Pete, Pete called him. Actually, he was in the office.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
okay, check. Okay, Veronica, you got a hall floor buffing project coming up?
Yeah, that's the goal. So.
Yeah.
When Kelly was in office, she was having Andy Foster come and do the floors, and he was retouching them once or twice a year, depending on how they were doing with winter and whatnot. We were not able to get a hold of Andy this spring. He did not answer any of our messages, but we did get back a hold of him. And he got us a quote for doing the floors, and he had not been out since, I think, April.
We usually did it in March or April,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was, sorry, I have.
and he's the one that
March.
installed the floor.
Yep, so we had March of 2024 was when he came out last. So he came out and gave us a quote for $948 to redo, or not to redo, but
To re-wax it.
re-wax it, so scrub it all down and then re-wax it.
Uh-huh.
And then he would like to do upkeep every 6 months instead of waiting the year. That way it's not such a harsh redo of that wax. So his upkeep for every 6 months would be $692, which we wouldn't have to make a decision on that as of yet necessarily, but that initial one would be our goal to get done before winter so that our tiles do not get ruined with the salt in the water from winter. And I did get a quote from somebody else to do the same stuff as him, so that top scrub and that floor wax, and they quoted us at $3,225, where Andy
No,
quoted us at $900.
we bid it several
I
times.
guess we should
Yeah.
stay local.
He's,
Stay
he's,
local.
Yeah.
and he's the one who installed it.
Yep, I know,
mean, he's
well-
always done a great job.
I figured I'd get a quote just because his price was higher than last time, just because of the prices of the materials had gone up,
But then the
so.
other one was
Wax
triple,
the
was
floor.
triple
The
that.
triple, so.
Veronica, I hear something,
Wax the floor.
Wax the floor.
I'll make a motion that we approve the quote from, is it Foster's
Foster's.
Floor Company?
Yes,
Foster's Floor.
Right, and Butch is gonna second that motion for us. And let's do a roll call vote for that 948 buckers.
Sorry.
When
Mark
you're ready,
Folks,
when you're ready.
Mark Folks,
Yes.
Francis Griffith,
Yes.
Mark Frazier,
Yes.
Veronica Howard, yes, Troy Parmalee.
Yes.
Okay.
The reason she had always historically done it in March was to get it after,
Yeah.
after the
that's not-
winter, and we're not rented in March, because
Yeah.
they'll need a few day window. But yes, twice a year probably would make more sense.
Okay. The last new business we got is, Troy, set the public hearing dates for zoning ordinance. So we've never done that before. to do
Well,
on
I
the
think,
zoning ordinance,
I
so-
think what the calendar Beth had laid out is we can do this at our December board
December,
meeting.
and what
Right,
is that,
you have
December?
to send notice, you have to
Is that
give at
the
least 15 days notice,
Okay,
but you've got plenty of time.
yeah,
And you can have it at your regular meeting next month.
and that would be December
Third.
third.
Well, I will make a motion that we set the public hearing for adopting our zoning ordinance on December 3rd at 7 p.m.
So, and Troy. Okay. Troy
Which-
made the motion and Butch has seconded the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
And I would like to
Motion
just
carried.
mention also, in my conversations with all these zoning people,
Yes,
one of them brought to my attention that what we want to do when you're done with your public hearing and you think we're set, is to adopt the ordinance as an interim ordinance.
yeah, the word in.
Because then any changes we make for the next couple of years, we don't have to go through the whole procedure of public hearings and all that. This is just a done deal and it becomes effective.
Just in case we miss something or whatever.
Yeah, you're right, yeah, as we tweak it, yeah.
What?
this adoption.
I just did a resolution on it, Troy. that's all.
Yeah, we'll just,
So you've
we'll
got it
we'll
in
do
file.
one for us too, to adopt it, and then it has to be, we have to publish something, don't we?
You have to publish that you're gonna have a hearing, and then you have to publish the zoning ordinance.
Right, but we don't publish the whole zoning ordinance.
Well, I think you publish that it's available on the website, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we should, well, correct, that would cost $1 million to put in the newspaper. I mean, so, we do need to clarify exactly what we have to publish.
Okay.
Right,
If we have to do-
I've got notes.
If we have to do like a synopsis or,
Right,
you know, whatever it is.
And of course, we wanna, what we'll post on the website will no longer say draft on it.
Right.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the county commissioner, because Matthew is here, and we kind of finishing up the meeting, Matthew, but any questions you have, certainly welcome to ask them. We had a meeting last night at 7, we didn't, but the planning commission met to adopt
To recommend the adoption.
recommend the adoption of our zoning ordinance, which is this big thick book here, that remember in the meetings we had, they were going through that, so. But you want to give us any update on the county, how the county is doing?
Well, last month, the board voted to continue the contract with Dr. Boggs, and I believe his executive staff,
Okay.
his finance director included. I'm not sure exactly when it was, probably a year or so ago, they decided to give them 50% increases in their salaries. And I wasn't aware that they had changed the commissioner meeting dates last month from the 3rd week to the 2nd week, so I wasn't there to give my dissent. So,
Okay,
but I'm only one person, the rest of them
Right.
voted in favor.
right, okay.
Don't know if it was,
I guess they're gearing up for winter, the road, I guess they, right, sure.
apparently there was some commissioners that had discrepancies with meeting on the 3rd week last month,
Oh, some conflicts,
something of that.
something like that, okay. I didn't know that, Matthew.
I didn't either.
I would have called, I would have told you. First I heard
I
of it.
would have thought if I missed the Monday and Tuesday committee meetings, that somebody, hey, where are you at?
Right,
No,
first I heard of it right now.
no.
Okay. Anything else that we don't know about?
It was just put on Tom Mankey's
Okay.
blog page.
Okay. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate it, okay. All right. Anything more, or are you okay?
What did you discuss on the I-69? I see that's on there.
That was a mistake. We drew a line through it. That was last month.
Oh,
It was an update. He's going to do it again next month.
I understand they had groundbreaking for Travis Smith's operation.
I was there, Beth was there. Yeah.
I was not.
You know, the gentleman, the older commissioner, Gary Holzhauer was there, and Cindy Garber, because they live up there on that road up there, the Smiths live up there in Bennington Township, she was there, and that was, well, the mayor was there, Sue was there, and Beth and I were there, but a lot of people thought I had it confused because Travis wanted to do it on the Halloween night, the 5th. Yeah, but, so they moved it to the.
We got a good crowd on it.
Well, we finally did.
Yeah,
There was some confusion on like Justin Harback, some of the DDA people. There was actually people that came on Wednesday night and people that came on Friday night. We had it on Thursday night, Matthews. I'm sorry, I never even thought about, because Beth and I we were up in Frankenmuth Wednesday and Thursday on planning and zoning, in Veronica on planning and zoning training. So we actually weren't even here, so we kind of left about an hour early to get to that groundbreaking. So.
You don't get emails from Justin?
I'm sure I do, but I've been having lots of difficulty with gathering emails from the computer that they gave me, and the special phone is supposed to give me a code to get access to my email.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if you aren't getting emails from Justin, you're one of the few people in the county.
I get two every time.
Yeah.
I did finally get access to my email last week, and I saw a lot of emails from everybody, but after the fact.
thank you for coming, Matthew. How's it all? They're okay down there?
Yeah,
Okay.
they had a little discussion from the library up in Langsburg.
Oh,
They're needing as much as 50,000 from each township that partakes in the library up there because they're not a district.
okay.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, any more public comments? Any more comments? Veronica? No? 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 Okay, with that, at 7:40, 7:41, meeting adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Troy, seconded by
Veronica.
Veronica. Thank you. Good night.